think we're rolling. Okay, yeah, so let's say you came back from your mining trip on the ground and you have a whole bunch of stuff you needed to smelt. Well, of course, you're going to use a furnace for the task, but unfortunately, this is a very, very long process, and anybody who's played knows this. So what I did was I went ahead and invented this. It's an industrial smelting complex. It's a pretty simple building that houses an array of furnaces. And instead of clicking each furnace and sticking stuff into it, it's a very tedious job. It's actually a load materials to be smelted in the top chest and collect the materials below. It's fully automatic actually, so what we're going to do is we're going to climb up this ladder, we're going to ignore the maintenance access, and we are going to go to the top chest. Place materials to be smelted in this chest. So I'm going to go ahead and stick everything I have ever made or ever obtained into this chest, including the food. And then I am going to go back downstairs to claim it. As you can see here, most, if not all, of the furnaces are lit. A few furnaces will not be lit due to a bug in Minecraft. I don't know why, I can't explain it. But the items are being distributed amongst all the furnaces, well, as equally as possible, should I say. And they will all come out into this chest here. As you can see, the cobblestone is being processed. It's already processed over 55 at 64 now. It's finished with the cobblestone. It's now working on the gold. As you can see, this is a very, very fast process. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 21, 26, 28, 30. I mean, I can't even keep up. It's that fast. Alright, so to show you how to build this, I'm going to have to hop over to my test world. And this test world here is a creative flatland. So what we have here is the single cell for the array. You got a hopper going off in this direction. You got a furnace on top of that hopper. You got a hopper going into the furnace, and a hopper on top of that hopper going in this direction. In the back we have two hoppers going into the back and one going off to this direction here, and this is actually your fuel injection system. This is your material feeding system, and this is your feeding ejection system here. A full array would look like this. There are a total of 13 cells to an array. It can't be any larger than that. It can't be any smaller than that. And this is due to the restrictions of redstone. It has to be 13 cells in each array. When you cut and flip them, it will be a total of 26 for the entire array. So what happens now is that with this here array, you will not get full functionality. As I will demonstrate, where are my blocks? Oh, here we are. Alright. The ore being placed up top will not be distributed amongst the other furnaces. It will only drop down, and that's because of the mechanics in Minecraft, where a hopper on top of another hopper, the bottom hopper will take priority over the top one no matter where it's pointing. So in order to fix this, we need to disable this entire row of hoppers so that they don't accept any more items, and they don't eject any items either. And so that way here, the top row will distribute along this way. And what I did to do this was I added this red circuit here, and I'm going to get a better angle for you. Okay, so this red circuit here is what controls it. We got a NOR gate that's always on, and a row that's applying power to the bottom hoppers, which disables them. They no longer accept items. So we got a comparator here on the last cell, And what that does is when the last cell along this line receives an item, it will activate, turn off this NOR gate, deactivate this entire line, which activates the bottom hoppers, and the bottom hoppers will now suck everything out of the top hoppers and down into the furnaces. When that happens, this becomes empty and this turns off again, and I will demonstrate this with the gold ore. And the items should be passed along the top chain, and you can see the comparator blinking on and off as it's being distributed, and the furnaces in the bottom array are now being distributed evenly. But there's one problem. When the chest is empty, the power to the bottom row is reapplied, which means items get stuck in the bottom hoppers. I don't know why that happens. I mean, yeah, I do know why that happens, but there is a fix. Here is the Arn circuit. So what I did was I put a comparator to the back of the chest, goes into a NOR gate, and along this line here through a repeater, which turns off this NOR gate and disables this line, which allows the items to be accepted and fed. So what happens is I'm going to stick in my blocks here. And as you can see, where did the blocks go? Wow. Yeah, the blocks go down here. The gate is turned off, which turns on this line, which disables the hoppers, which stops them from dropping everything into a single chest until they are evenly distributed. As you can see, it's here working. And now they should have an equal amount being supplied throughout the furnaces, and none getting stuck in any of these bottom hoppers. So the Arn circuit stops from sticking. Now over here, I am going to demonstrate the fuel distribution system, which was previously mentioned earlier. I don't know how you're going to do it, but I have a plug-in for Bucket. It's called Chest Restock, and it's going to give me an infinite supply of coal, which is then passed along the top and bottom rows. Again, bottom row taking precedence. There is no control mechanism, so it'll take a while for all these hoppers to fill up, and eventually the furnaces as well. But this is where all the fuel comes from. It's from this single chest here. And over here is the final complete array. Basically, you take one half, and you copy it, and you flip it, and there it is, all 26. We're going to take some ores and give you a live demonstration. And as you can see, when I back off, give it a second, it's being distributed, and there you go. Parallel process. Oh, and a rare occasion, all of them are lit. What do you know? This is the first time in all of them have been lit. Bug in Minecraft, I guess, but whatever. And thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this.